14-year-old girl who was talking about that she was bisexual and she had so many loves. And this is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What our kids are watching. And I realized, this is not the culture I grew up in. And if I'm going to reach those teenagers sitting in the pew, I've got to use more frank language and language that's understood if I'm not going to reach them. Culture changes. Second reason we have to change, programs have a shelf life. Methods become too familiar after a period of time. Some of my favorite ads on television the last few years have been the Geico ads. You remember how they started out? Got good news. I saved a lot of money on my insurance. Well, then came, so simple that a caveman could do it. And that was followed by, we've hired a professional actor to tell this woman's story. And now they got this little gecko lizard up on the desk, you know. But you see, they're selling a lot of insurance because they're sharp enough to recognize that the programs have a shelf life. Ads have a shelf life. Eventually, it won't be funny and cute the first time you hear it. After 25 times, you won't hear something different. Now, Jesus said the children of darkness are wiser in dealing with their own kind than other children of light. We put church programs and church worship services and church activities in a constant mode in which we think it worked years ago, it's got to continue to work. And long after it's finished working, we're still trying to make it work when the methods have to change. And if we're wise, we'll recognize when we've reached the top of the bell curve and we try something else. Here's the third reason that you got to change. Competition improves. I mentioned Volkswagen years ago when I had the ad, the Beetle never changes, you can't improve on perfection. Every year they produced the Beetle that got 28 miles to a gallon. But eventually along came Honda Civic and got 32 miles a gallon, and all of a sudden the Beetle got pushed aside. Will Rogers once said, you can be on the right track, but you get run over if you're standing still. Now, who's our competition? Satan. And Satan isn't using much flannel graph anymore. He's using DVDs and strobe lights and electric guitars and internet. And we can't put this new wine in old wineskins. The methods have to change. I saw a preacher get up not very long ago, and he held up his cell phone before he started preaching. I know what he's going to say. Please turn off your cell phone. But he said to everybody in the audience, why don't you all turn on your cell phone? And I want you to get ready to text some of your closest friends. If I say anything worth repeating, would you pass it along as I'm speaking? See, that's taking advantage of the fact that while culture changes and the competition gets different, we're going to keep up with those changes. The fourth reason you've got to change is personnel age. Now, Reggie Miller can't lead the Indiana Pacers to victory. I have in my notes here, Brett Favre can't quarterback the Green Bay Packers to a championship. And then turn around, he's still going. So I got to scratch that. But my point is, people get older, bodies waste away, the mind slips. So if you have the same elders, the same leaders in your church 10 years from now that you have right now, you're slowly signing the death warrant of your church. You've got to find ways to bring on those younger people so there'll be fresh ideas and the new people come along. A few years back, I realized I'm going to be 65 years old in a few years, and it's hard for a 65, 70, 75-year-old man to lead a megachurch. I need to begin to develop a transition plan. And we talked it over with our elders, 2 of us who are here today. And we developed this program where when I reached 63 years of age, I passed the baton on to a 42-year-old man, and he had an assistant who was 27. So that meant the next few years I had to swallow some things that I didn't want to swallow. I had to do some things that I didn't want to do. I had to go along with some changes that I didn't like and swallow my ego. But we hired this 27-year-old guy named Kyle Idom, who was and is an outstanding young preacher. I mean, when he came, the congregation just loved him, and he was energetic and biblical, and it was just great. But after about 3 months with us, I had a rule, by the way, that when you served on the platform of our church, you had to wear a coat and tie. Because I grew up with formal dress at church. If you're doing it for God, that'll be the best you can do. And this new preacher on our staff came to me and he said, Bob, I don't feel comfortable wearing a coat and tie. That's just not me. I feel hypocritical wearing a coat and tie. I feel like I'm not relating to my generation wearing a coat and tie. Can I not wear a coat and tie? I said, well, Kyle, if you were going to visit the President of the United States, would you wear a coat and tie? I never had any. And he said, well, probably not if the President were my dad. I know there's an answer, but I've not thought about it yet. So I had to say, this isn't in the Bible. You wear a coat and tie. I'm making a rule where there's not a rule, and I've got to be flexible in methodology. So I said, okay, you'll have to wear a coat and tie. And all of a sudden, and it's been 4 years, you ought to see that church today. It's just awful. They've gone way off flag. But they had their best statistical year last year. Church is still growing. We should go out and see a lot of young people. Methods are many. Principles are few. Methods always change. Principles never do. And if you're going to be an attractional church, you've got to preach the whole Bible as the truth and plant that seed. But you've got to be willing to make changes in methodology. Quickly, here's the third resolution. We won't spend much time on this one. We will be committed to excellence in every facet of church programming. We'll be committed to excellence. Jeremiah 48:10 says, a curse on him who is lax in doing the Lord's work. Colossians 3:17 says, whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do it all in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. If you're doing it in the church, it ought to be the best you can do because you're doing it for Jesus Christ. He gave his best for you, and whatever you do for him ought to be the best. David said, it's not right for me to dwell in a house of cedar when the Lord dwells in a tent. But the other reason we do things with excellence in the church is that it results in evangelism. There's an old slogan that says, quality produces quantity. When we give of our best in what we're doing, it's a positive witness to the world that we're serious about our faith. Sloppiness in the church testifies that faith in Christ doesn't matter that much. The world today will be impressed with three qualities of the church. One is compassion, the other is authenticity, and the third is excellence. But excellence produces an invitational atmosphere in the church because people aren't ashamed to say, come and see, come and see. In our building program, we had a slogan, excellence without extravagance. So if you got a sign out in front of your church, make sure it's clean and updated. Building and grounds, immaculate. Brochures have the correct grammar. Music, best we can offer. Programs are prepared. We start on time, we eliminate the dead time, we end on time. Operating sound and lights, it's done as best we can. Got a nursery, it's well staffed, people are early, and people feel comfortable leaving their children. And then when people come to church, they say, this is excellent. This is something I'd like to invite others. We just had the Masters golf tournament on TV. If you've ever been to Augusta National Golf Course, you say to people, you got to come see this place. I mean, there's not a blade of grass out of place. Every flower is just beautiful. You got to come see this place. You got to come see this place. And when we do programming in the church, it needs to be better than we would do for ourselves at home. So people say, you got to come and see. They're not embarrassed to invite others. All right, the last thing